Hello everyone, I'm Shankha Subra Sanyal and I welcome you all on behalf of S-Cube's classes. Well, I'm really thankful to all of you for your overwhelming response. The amount of love that you have shown through your mails, through your feedbacks, I'm really grateful. I'm really privileged.
First of all, my thanks and gratitude to all the members of the organizing committee for organizing this webinar and giving me the opportunity to speak, and the chief guests and the respected dignitaries as well. My special thanks to my mentor, Mr. Shankha Subra Sanyal, for his immense help in preparing the research working paper that I'll be presenting today. So my paper is on the psychological impact that the COVID-19 pandemic has had on the younger generation, and the way that we can cope with it and maybe find a way ahead. Now, there are plenty of dignitaries in the meeting who have spoken about the various other implications of COVID, the economic implications, the political implications, and there has been about learning and online education and the new age that it heralds for not only the younger generation, not only students, but also the teachers. However, as a people, if one must progress, then we must look at the negatives as well as the positives. The COVID-19 pandemic has wreaked havoc on life and pattern of society as we know it, and there has been an unprecedented decrease in the global GDPs, the economy, the world economies have crashed almost, and population demographics have taken huge hits with over 7 lakh deaths worldwide at the time when I was preparing this paper. It's even higher right now, and the rate of infections is increasing as we speak. However, we would like to focus on what impact has this had on the psychological, on the psyche of the youth, of the younger generation, the future of the nation. Firstly, there's been a huge rise in emotive disorders like anxiety attacks, and like it's as trivial as anxiety attacks and as serious as, say, post-traumatic stress disorder. There is a sort of nostalgia of pre-March, pre-lockdown events that has set in, and people simply refuse to let go of it. Then, due to the advent of online learning being the only alternative in these troubled times, screen time has increased. What people usually used to spend on social media and on other screening applications, that time has drastically increased, because now even the office work, school work, college work, everything is being done online. We are in front of our screens 24/7. That leads is a scientifically proven fact. Then there's also a dehumanizing nature that has taken place and an increase in the apathy. Due to this new trend of social distancing becoming an absolute necessity, and due to certain communities, certain sections of people being marginalized, for example, the migrant workers, and the natural discriminating mindset of society coming into play over here, certain sections have been completely marginalized, and as such, an apathy has increased in both sections, as to that we simply do not care about what happens to them as long as we are fine. There's also a frustrating lack of privacy that is being faced by teenagers within their homes, which is because a teenage is that adolescence is that period of a child's growth when we are growing, when we are learning, when we are discovering the world, and at such point of time, there needs to be a certain amount of private space given for a person to, say, contemplate, to introspect, and to understand whatever they're being taught or whatever they're trying to learn. Now, being continuously cooped up in the homes with the entire family all the time.
Srinjoy, sorry to interrupt you. Srinjoy, kindly sum up your paper. You have only 1 minute left, please.
Absolutely, sir. Also, I'm almost done actually. Another thing is, I don't know if there's any clinical psychological term. To the best of my knowledge, no term has yet been coined, but I like to call it the crash of bubble worlds. You see, before the pandemic, we all used to live in a sort of world of our own. We used to go out, we had certain haunts, we had a certain circle, we used to go out, we used to spend time. Now, due to the pandemic, we're all locked in our homes, scooped up, we don't have that privilege anymore. And as such, this is also leading to a rise in stress and depression. There are students in rural areas not being able to gain access to online education. As a matter of national headline, a girl in Assam committed suicide because she didn't have a phone with which to attend online classes. Organizations like the United Nations, its health body, the World Health Organizations have been facing severe criticism for their alleged lack in containing the pandemic. However, there are organizations who are doing their best. But the question is not what these organizations are doing. The question we should be asking is what we as a people, as a society, as a democracy, as a global village are doing to counter this pandemic. What we as a people, as a society, can we leave behind all our differences and come together and use logical and rational ways to find a way out of this darkness as we have for the countless other pandemics in history. Thank you.
Yes.
So this brings us to the end of the lecture. Well, before I sign off, as I always do, I would request you, in case you have any queries, please do feel free to write to me at scubesclasses@gmail.com, or you can WhatsApp me on the numbers given on your screen. It would be a privilege on my part to be addressing your queries. Thank you so much.